Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. I'm going to be talking about a couple of new things that I purchased from Focallure. If you've never heard of Focallure, I think they're based in Australia or the UK, something like that. But I just picked up this Prague eyeshadow palette and I thought it looked really pretty. It was $16.99 and it comes with a large mirror with a protector on it. It's small enough to be travel size, but doesn't this look stunning, guys? I mean, there's shimmers in there, lots of mattes, a bone color shade, and they've got some imprints in them. I don't know if you can see that. It's like a little imprint. So cute, like an airplane. You've got like a train and something here. I think I dug my nail into it. But anyway, you get 15 shades for $16.99. I also picked up this Sculpting Glow. Looks really cool. I dropped it. Therefore, the highlight is just hanging on by a thread. It's broken, so I'm going to just hold it like this. But this is really promising for a bronzer and a contour, and this highlight looks really nice. So this is what we're working with today. I also got the pore minimizing Covergirl primer I want to try, as well as the Sephora Glow brand of Beauty Amplifier primer. So that's what we're working with today. I'm going to be trying the Estee Lauder Double Wear on my face. I've already used my SPF, the Olay Whip, and I have on my Ilia lip product here. It comes like this, super glossy, very amazing. I highly recommend looking into that brand. Okay, I think, and I've already primed my eyes with the Makeuprevolution Core, and my brow combination is Benefit Precisely My Brow 4 and the Wow Brow by e.l.f. Cosmetics. Unless I'm showing you something different from the drugstore, that's always my combination, okay? With a Sigma E40, I'm going to take Spa Wafers. I didn't take the protective covering off because I didn't feel like having you guys see my messy desk. So I just left it on. And they do have names underneath the eyeshadows. And the first shade I'm going to take is this cool tone shade called Letna with the same brush. And I'm just trying to look at the pigmentation. And there was a little bit of fallout there. You can see just a tiny amount. And I really kind of jammed this brush in there. So just building this color up. There's nothing wrong with it being less pigmented. This is actually better if you're a beginner to start with. So I'm just putting that in the crease. Honestly, not too pigmented, so we don't need to spend a lot of time there. And I'm going to take the Morphe M433, and I'm going to be going in with this Wallenstein shade. It's a warmer shade. Now this one packs a punch. Wow. So just going to be reviewing some products today for you to let you decide whether or not you'd like to purchase them. I was interested enough by seeing another YouTuber do this sort of little haul from Focallure, and the Prague palette really stood out to me. It's very beautiful. So we'll let that be. It's very pretty, not patchy, easy to blend, and a lot of color payoff. To deepen up the crease even more, I'm going in with Powder Tower. Looks like it has a lot of pigment on a Sigma E25. And I'm just going to do every time I do dark eyeshadow, which is to stamp it and then blend it through the crease. This is a mini Sigma E25 because my brushes are so bad right now. They're just all over the place. I cannot find that Sigma E25 that I literally just had the other day. So that's the state of affairs that my desk is in, and I have no storage, so people have been asking about storage. I have none. This is super pigmented, not patchy at all, going on just like a dream. I'm going to put one more shade in the crease, and that's Rosine. Just placing that gently in the crease and toward the inner corner. These are very, very pigmented, and there's no fallout on my face. I was worried, so I didn't do my foundation first, but I reckon now I can trust this palette. So this is what I'm going to do for the matte portion of this. Now we're going to get into the shimmers. So I sort of want to take this one right here called Prague Castle and just put that on the outer portion. I always feel like I do the same looks, but nobody seems to care or request anything different. I'm just drawn to the same shades, guys. It's like muscle memory is habit. So this one is so pretty. The shimmer is awesome. I mean, it looks like that. Gorgeous. All right, I'm going to go into something bright over here. This is called Royal Apple. Placing this in the middle. This is so gorgeous. And they're not going into one another. You can clearly see the distinction between the two. And there's no fallout. And these don't need a glitter glue. I see no glitter in them whatsoever. They're just very foiled shadows. The quality of this palette is impeccable to me. This is easier to work with than the Huda Beauty palette that I struggled with all those times. And I'm going to go in with Pilsner and do my inner third. That's so pretty. It's a duochrome, so when looking in the light one way, it looks purple, and then in another light, it looks sort of white gold. Very pretty. I'll let you see that after. Just sort of showing you the application process. Oh, I'm in love with this. They're not too firmly pressed. They're really, really soft in texture. And the mattes feel like butter. So what I want you to see here is that it looks like this, but it has sort of a duochrome. I don't know if you can see that. And I don't know, I just love that. It's so pretty. It's sort of pinky purplish. I'm talking way too much about this. I wanted to go in with Gothic Tower. I want to see what this looks like on just the outer portion. I always do this and make a mistake and then have to go back and fix it. But, yep. This is pigmented. It's really pretty. A really nice, pretty shimmer for all over the lid. I'm going to fix it like this. Now I just need to make this eye look the same. These glitters are not chunky at all. Nothing's falling down on my face. They're easy to remove. And I just want you to take one more look at the palette. So this one is the only one that I had that was very, very soft, and this one as well. But they are so high quality. I mean, this looks impeccable for a $16 palette. I think yes. I'm going to go do liner, mascara, and lashes, and I will be right back. So I've looked in the mirror and I'm shocked to see no glitter on my face at all. I use the Kiss 01 lashes from Walmart, and guys, these are so darn good. The lash already comes pre-bent, so you don't need to spend your time bending it, and it adheres so easily into the inner and outer. I mean, I just popped these on so fast, and these are becoming like my new fave. Oh my gosh, do I have a new Holy Grail lash instead of the Ardell Wispies? I don't know, these just look so good. Okay, we're gonna prime our face. I'm gonna do the illuminating one first from Sephora. This was on clearance. Oh my gosh, it comes sealed. Imagine that. You know how many times you get things from Sephora or something and they're open already? All right, so we've got a sort of pearlescent look to this. Oh, it's stringy. Did you see that? It literally was, it's strings. Did you see that? Oh my gosh. That's really weird. It smells really pretty. But if you're sensitive to smell, you might not like that. So I'm just putting this in the areas where I want my normal highlight to be. Wow. The smell is almost like a flower or botanical smell, and it does illuminate slightly. Yeah, I like that a lot. Then I've heard a lot of good things about this Covergirl Pore Minimizing Primer, so I'm going in with that. And it's purple on my T-zone. So this feels like a lightweight moisturizer. It certainly does not feel silicone-y at all. So I'm interested to know if it's going to fill in those pores. I'll let you know in a second when I look, but I'm sort of pushing inward. Inward? I'm pushing in. Oh yeah, it filled them in. And the more I push, the less visible they are. Ooh, guys, this is good. Why haven't I used this sooner? I'm shocked. All right, now that our face is primed, I'm going in with the Estee Lauder Double Wear for the very first time. It says Stay in Place Makeup. I chose 3C2 Pebble. So the claims are that this is good for oily or dry skin, and it lasts all day, it's transfer proof, and that it gets better the longer one wears it. So I am interested to see. I've heard a lot of claims that this is terrible for dry skin. I have dry skin, but I heavily moisturized with the Olay Whip, and I just put on all that primer, so I'm feeling really moisturized. Okay. There's no pump. This retails, I believe, for $48, something like that. 44, 48. Just sort of putting some on the back of my hand. And I'm going in with a brush today, the Real Techniques buffing brush. I'm just gonna put some on my brush. Seems to be a good color match. It does have a scent. It smells just like the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. So let's get our ears, the hairline, between the brows. Just kind of going to stipple it in now that I've placed it. And I'll show you one side compared to the other, just for reference and to see if it is super full coverage as it claims to be. The most full coverage there is on the market. I've heard this for so long in the YouTube community, and I've not yet tried it. I've been afraid. All right, guys. So here's the side with the double wear and the side without the double wear. So the double wear looks really good right now. It looks pretty dewy, but I'm expecting it to settle down to a matte finish. I'm gonna go do the other side and I'll be right back. All right, so I placed that on both sides. So look at this side. You saw before, had a lot of texture and redness, so it's completely covered and minimized that completely. As you can see, it's drying down more of a matte finish. I was much more almost oily looking in the beginning, and now it's setting down to a matte. So for concealer, I have a new concealer to go in with today. This is the Itcosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Eye Lift in a Tube. I was curious about this because it says there's a corrector and then a highlighter illuminator. So let's try this out. So I'm going to place the corrector in the areas that I have darkness and in the hollows. I'm just going to take that, I need some Fix Plus on this sponge here. Don't even know where this sponge is from. It's very firm though, not liking that. So I'm just going to press this in on my eye. It feels very, very thin, but very emollient. And it spreads a lot. So I didn't expect that to spread all the way there. A little goes a very long way, so I'm just correcting. And I can't imagine what the brightening highlighter will do. And I got the shade medium. I was just so intrigued by this because I've never heard of that. I have darkness here and here. Now let's switch over to the brightener. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, this is more of a doe foot. And I'm just going to take a little bit just like that and highlight my face. It's much thinner in consistency than the Tarte Shape Tape and things like that. It doesn't put a copious amount of product on the skin. It is thicker though. Maybe this is the blender I've chosen, because I'm gonna like say it's hard to blend out, but I think it's the Beauty Blender, honestly. There we go. So this is looking super pretty. Yeah, this goes a very long way. You saw how much I put. It was barely anything. And we have coverage like that. That is beautiful. I think my under eyes look amazing. They look so hydrated. It's not creasing at all. It's not settling into fine lines. It just went over so smoothly. So I'm going to take my normal setting powder routine, the Wet n Wild Reserve Your Cabana. If you're new here, that is my favorite. I always use it with my e.l.f. Total Face Sponge, and it also brightens the area of the face. So if you don't like brighteners, you won't like this, but I like to open up the center of my face with powder. And I feel like the foundation will need to be set, so I'm going to set it with the Makeupforever powder foundation and just see how well this lasts throughout the day, and I'll let you know my thoughts in the description box, because it's not all about just the foundation. We did a bunch of things today. Going into the lower lash line, I'm going to take the Sigma Flat Shader E20, and I want to put this Rosine shade down. It's more orangey. This is going to be the only shade I'm going to set down, but I really like that concealer. I think it did a good job at erasing, my blueness in the inner corners. Do you see? I don't see any blueness there. Over here is a shadow from the lighting, but you can see there's no blueness if I turn this way. When I go like that, it looks like there is, but there's not. Anyway, I'm going to try a new mascara today, and that is the Dior Pump and Volume HD. So I have a travel mascara size. It looks like this, and it's sort of, I don't know, grippy at the end, and it's squeezable. So looking at the wand, it looks like one of those really spiky wands, but I applied it to my upper lashes, and it was so incredibly soft on the lash line, not spiky at all, flexible tip. It looked perfect. So I'm just doing the lower lashes, just a very light layer, as I tend to get heavy-handed with, mascaras on the lower lash line. That's so beautiful. I think I might when I go through with this, purchase another one because it lengthened and volumized my top lashes like crazy. Right, now that we have our mascara on, and it doesn't transfer, there's like no transfer at all, we're going to powder with a powder foundation. I'm taking the Makeupforever one that I love so very much, and if you didn't catch my dupe video for the J-Cat Aquassurance, go check that out. I think you'll be oddly impressed. Just setting down the foundation so that my bronzer will not crease. Now I'm taking the Focallure Sculpt and Glow. I can't believe this powder highlight. It's very delicate, so I'm going into the contour shade very lightly and just seeing how this looks on the skin. This is definitely a contour shade. So this is looking great in the hollows of my cheeks. As a contour, we're just going to bring it into the hairline slightly. I would say this is not a good bronzer shade, but definitely a good contour shade. It's pretty cool. A little bit of warmth there, but it's more cool than anything. So I'm just going to contour. You see that though? The neck, jawline, and it goes on really smooth. It's not patchy. It looks great from the front. So I love that. So now for actual bronzer, I'm taking the L'Oreal Bronze Please in La Terra, which is actually limited edition, so I would jump on that as soon as possible. The shade is really beautiful, and it has the embossment of like jungle theme or tropical, and it's like the perfect tone for bronzing. It leaves the skin looking beautiful. It's not patchy. It's very, very smooth. It has tiny little flecks of shimmer in it, not glitter, straight shimmer. So it's almost like a little tiny sheen added to the face. I add a little to the chin. I honestly love bronzer. I could sit in bronze all day. Just taking that all over my cheek area. I'm loving the way this is performing. It has quickly become one of my favorites. So for blush, I'm going to take this Sephora blush in this color in the shade Fascinated. And this is crazy looking, but it's so gorgeous on the skin. Look how hot orange that looks. I'm going to swatch it for you. But it's muted, so it's really, really pretty, and I can't wait to show you how this looks on the skin. So I need my Sephora blush brush, and I'm just going to take it all sides, tap off the extra, and you can see it just gives the skin the peachiest, healthiest looking glow, and it's a completely matte blush, but it's super gorgeous. And I just kind of feather it to the back, as you guys can see that. I bring it over my nose and the rest of my face. Beautiful. By the way, this Sculpt and Glow is in 01, so I'm just going to take that highlight on my ABH23 brush, dip it all around, tap off the extra. Oh my goodness. Not enhancing texture. The glow is so wet looking. This was so affordable. I think this was $7 or even, no, this was $5 off the website. Oh my goodness. This is so stunning. If anything out of this, I would pick up this highlight. I'm so sad this is broken. Oh my goodness, guys. Look how gorgeous this is. And if blended even more, it becomes more skin-like. It's the perfect shade. It's not too out there. It looks skin-like and just delicious. Oh my gosh, I'm totally in love. The Sculpt and Glow from Focallure. I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay Naked 2 and line my lips. Then I'm going in with my Almay Go Wild through the Almay Lip Vibes. It's a nice nude shade. And that is the finished look, guys. I'm obsessed with the Sculpt and Glow. If there's anything you take out of this video, get the Sculpt and Glow. It's $5. Look at my forehead. Look at that glow with the tiniest amount of product. I like the eyeshadow palette, but I don't think it would be like a necessity over the Sculpt and Glow. That Sculpt and Glow sells out so fast, and it is, I'm mind blown about that. I love the Kiss 01 lashes. Those are my new favorite now. I really liked that mascara, and I'm in love with this concealer. I didn't think it would do a very good job. This pore minimizer is insane. I love it. We're going to set the face with their Gerard Slay All Day, as I usually do, in the scent Rose. And just push everything into the skin to really give us a nice effect. I don't just let it sit on the skin. I really push my products in. This will help the wear time throughout the day and help it not transfer. By the way, I think the Estee Lauder proves to be, or claims to be, transfer proof. So you guys, this is the final look. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up for me to let YouTube know you like it, and myself, so I can do more videos like this. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe on your way out. It is free, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.